What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James of Midhunter Comics. This is my first CGC submission in about 8 months. It's kind of a big deal because if you've been watching the channel for a while, we used to do CGC and CBCS submissions definitely at least once a month, but oftentimes even a few times a month. And the reality is, I do think some of the magic is gone. I've sort of been enjoying the quicker flip of just getting raws in and just selling it within that same week. And I actually made a recent video dedicated to talking about how I noticed the financials weren't even doing really anything. I was noticing I was spinning my wheels, and after all the slabbing and grading fees, the net was basically coming out the same, sometimes even at loss. But in that video, I did mention you can still make money if it's the right stuff. Bigger keys only, and we live in a world of it's gotta be 9/8. So let's see. This is gonna be a blind unboxing, except for the first book on top. I did see the grade, and I was happy to see we got a 9/8 on this Burn Classic here. What a great way to start. I don't know how the rest of this is gonna go. I will tell you that with the exception of just 2 books, I thought everything could stand a shot at getting a 9/8. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Let's see just how wrong or how right I was. Speaking of 9/8 slabs, don't forget to comment down below, be subscribed, and like. You could win an ASM 300 9/8 white pager. All right, really good start. Let's see how this continues. I'm not looking at grade. Next up is gonna be, I didn't even see, Spider-Woman #1 with the custom label. Nice. 9/8. And that is a 9/8 that is very down from what it used to be. This is now becoming a book that you almost need at least a 9/6. So let's see, I think I submitted 2. Not Spider-Woman #1, but this is the second appearance of Hobgoblin. I thought it could be a 9/8. It's a newsie. All right, 9/6. We did get off-white to white on that one. Push that forward. 9/6 totally works for a book like that. We have a 252 newsie. This might be one of the ones that I thought was not a 9.8. I think it was like a 9.2. 9.4, right in that same pocket. Looks beautiful. I actually have had some good luck with that book before. I've been pretty much always getting 9.4s whenever I send that in, or higher. So gotten a few 9.8s over the years. Very nice. We have Wolverine #8, which actually, fun fact, I've submitted this book many times. I've always gotten a 9.8. Let's see if that trend can continue. 9.8. That's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. Have to go slow. Nice. By the way, the newsstand is going to be indicated on the back, not the front. So check your Wolverine 8s. If it's a newsie, it's worth a bit more. Let's see. Here's another one. Another one. 9.8. Look at that. I'm still perfect record with my Wolverine 8s. Very nice. Days of Future Past Part 2, X-Men 142. Received. Oh, wait, I didn't actually see it. A 9.8. Wow, jeez. So we've only had one 9.4 so far. This is going very well. This is going a little bit better than I thought. Wow, I'm glad I sent that in. Holy crap. Okay, cool. Great. Next. 162. I always forget the first appearance of Jocasta. Not normally a book I would send in unless I think it's a 9.8. 9.6 white. That totally works. First Jocasta. And I like that new Avengers custom logo. I'm a custom logo big fanboy. Unfortunately, the custom logos, they raised the prices on them. So I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. Doesn't it cost the same thing to just print that out than the same other label? I don't know. Very nice. I'm actually very happy with a 9.6 of that. That's cool. Next. Web of Spider-Man 118. This is one of the ones that I thought was not a 9.8. We'll see. 9.2? Okay, well, I thought it was like a 9.4, 9.6, but that's all right. First appearance of Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. Here we go. 9.2. That's going to make that probably a affordable copy for someone. All this is going up on eBay. Probably today. All right, next is... New Mutants 87. This is our first appearance of Cable. This is actually a book I've been very unlucky with. I actually don't know. I can't seem to remember at least if I've actually ever gotten a 9.8. I usually max out at a 9.6. I don't know why. There 9.6. It's just not meant to be. I don't know. That's I guess strangely a hard book to get in 9.8. That's so bizarre. Weird. But I think I submitted 2, so we'll see. Next. All right. New Mutants 87, take 2. Ooh! Finally got one. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Man, that looks nice in that custom logo, doesn't it? That custom label. Oh, that feels good. Let me look at that. Too bad it's not COVID when this was way more expensive. I think this is like $400 now, maybe less. Who knows? All right, next is Secret Wars number 8. Now, I submitted 2 of these, and one I was like positive was a 9.8. The other one could have been like a 9.4, quite honestly, so we'll see. Oh, I guess that was the 9.8. Sometimes they do weird things like you think one's a 9.8 and the other one you think is like a 9.2, and it comes back as both 9.8s or sometimes comes back as both 9.2s. So let's see. Ah, crap. First of all, I just looked at the grade. Oops. And it is a 9.2. Okay. All right, so that's exactly what I was expecting. I thought one was the 9.8 and I thought the Newsy was the 9.2. Very nice. First appearance of Deadpool, New Mutants 98. Now, the funny thing is when you get books back from CGC, you get batches of 25 when you send a bunch of books in. I sent in 27 books, so I had another 2 books coming in, and that part I cheated, and I actually looked already. So I'll just show you real quick. Of the 2 books that aren't arriving here till Saturday, one of them was a New Mutants 98. That got the 9.8 with white pages. The other one was a Newsy copy of ASM 300, and it scored a 9.4. So even though that's not here today, I thought I'd cheat and look at those 2 early. So I guess it's possible that we could have 2 9.8s. All right, this one did get the 9.6. Still works, baby. First Deadpool in a 9.6 white. Works for me. All right, next up is an Ultimate Fallout 4 with the Miles custom label. I've had tremendous bad luck with this book in the past because it is a book that you have to press. You can't just get 9.8s on your own because it has that nasty polybag indentation on the back. Yeah, baby. Come to think about it, is that the first that I've ever gotten on my own? I know I've bought in collections 9.8s, but I think that might be the first one I've actually ever got myself. That's awesome, dude. That might stay in the PC. That looks really nice with the custom label. Even on the back. All right, wrong. Next up, we have the first appearance of Gambit, X-Men Annual 14. I did swing for the Gambit custom label. Another book I've historically had very bad luck with. I always think it can get the 9.8 and it gets a 9.6. I think I've gotten like 10 9.6s and maybe like one 9.8 before. Okay, looks like 2 9/8s. We get to add another one to the pile. Heck yeah, dude. Now, unfortunately, that 9/8 is very, very, very down. It is a far cry from what it used to be, but I'll still take a 9/8, baby. All right, then we have first appearance of Gambit, or first full appearance of Gambit, X-Men 266 with the custom Gambit logo. 9/8. This is a book I struggled to get a 9.8 on for many years, and then for some reason, like the past couple years, every time I've sent it in, it gets a 9.8. So my luck has completely turned on this book, and we're going to find out because I got a few more of them. Man, I like that custom label. I wish they had a custom label for every character. All right, we got another one. 266. 9/8 white. This is going well. I got a $500 book or something like that. So that is, having two of those is definitely going to help out my October here. Goodness. All right. Then we got... Okay, and we have... this one's the Newsy. Now, there's a big jump between a 9.8 expense for the Direct and the Newsy. So let's see if we can get it. 9.6. I will take it. I will happily take it. I am curious how the 9.6 but newsstand compares to the 9.8 but direct. I wonder if they're actually about the same. I'll have to take a look. We're getting down here. Another Spider-Woman #1. Hoping for the 9.8 again, because this is a book that kind of has to be a 9.8. 9.4. If I remember correctly, the 9.4, maybe not with a custom label, but a 9.4 sometimes actually prices lower, if it goes at auction at least, than the max price that you would probably put on the actual near mint raw. So this is actually one of those books that matches to that video of when I was saying we are in a world of kind of needing 9.8s at this point. This is one of those books that matches what its near mint raw counterpart goes for. So that's a bit of a shame. Next up is the first Flash as Spidey, Flash Thompson. This is What If #7. Custom label. Still the best custom label they've ever done is the Amazing Spider-Man New York City one. 9.6, 1978. I'm actually happy with that. I obviously was hoping for a 9.8, but that is a book I've never submitted before. So, whatever. 9.6, that's a great way to start. That is a super cool book. I think it's a little undervalued, but I love it. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man 299, the first appearance of Venom, at least. I mean, it's possible. Some people are starting to say 298 is the technical first appearance of Venom. They're not exactly wrong, but I like to say that 299 is the first appearance of Venom. This is a custom label, 9.8 white. Can I get a hell yeah? Nice. That's great. That's great. And that's awesome. All right, and we have 298. First appearance of Eddie Brock. Some people like to say first Venom. 298, custom label. Can we get both of them in 9.8? 9.6, pretty damn close. I accidentally just saw the grade on this book. Oh well. Very happy about that. First Todd McFarlane on ASM. Nice. All right, I just saw the grade for this book. It is Days of Future Past Part 1. So we got the 9.8 on Part 2. Looks like this one's the 9.6. Still all day. Can't complain about that. That is a solid ass grade, dude. Whew. I wonder if I should bundle them together. I don't know. I'm starting to want to actually keep some books for the PC. So some of this actually won't be going up on eBay. I think maybe the Days of Future Past stuff I might keep for myself. We're going to end with a Wolverine Limited #1. It is a newsie. That's interesting. You know how CGC now, if it's a newsstand, they'll actually say newsstand edition. They actually forgot to do that on this one. Whatever. Who cares? I can tell it's a newsstand. Wolverine Limited #1. That's what I'm talking about. 9.8. Plus, I already told you the 2 Straggler books were a 9.8 first Deadpool and a 9.4 ASM 300. So, all in all, I'm really glad that I submitted these books. Actually, for the first submission in like 8 months or something, this is a particularly good one, I dare say. This was some pretty spicy meatballs. Will this make me submit more? Honestly, I don't know. What it will do is it just reminds me of which are the right books to submit. Stay tuned for the eBay. All of this stuff's going to go up, free shipping. You know how we do it here. Some of it you won't see. I will probably choose like 5 or 6 of these for my personal collection. I'll see y'all at the next video and keep on hunting. The antique shop that I'm set out of, I've got my own room. I'm one of 10 vendors, but I'm not too worried about me. I seem to continually have some good months over there. People come to visit from the channel, and people like what they see and they shop again and again. It's these other vendors I'm a little worried about, and it's because construction was set up and it's been there for 4 or 5 months. So a lot of the other vendors that rely on foot traffic have been hurting pretty bad. So for the foreseeable future, if you get anything from any vendor other than me in the shop, all my $10 and under stuff is going to be 30% off. This is for the foreseeable future, so come, bring the kids, bring the wife, do a little spending, and be rewarded for it. I'll see you at the next video, and keep on hunting.